You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb. I'm a language professor, Bible scholar, and believe it or not, a comedian. Welcome to the Proof Text podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all the things, right? We're going to be posting new content all the time, language learning tips, interviews with great guests, and other helpful resources you're not going to want to miss out. All right, consider this. Most of us, when we see a genealogy in the Bible, we immediately skip it, right? Admit it. You're reading along and it's getting good, and then suddenly Abraham begat Isaac, Isaac begat Jacob, Jacob begat Judah, and you're like, nah, we're fast forwarding to the miracles and to the parables, right? We skip the list because they feel irrelevant, like the Bible's version of a laundry list or a phone book. But to the ancient world, a genealogy was not filler. It was identity. It was everything. Your genealogy told the world who you were. It rooted you in time, in a tribe, in a story. It told others who your people were, what land you came from, what promises your family carried, and sometimes what curses too. In our world, we think of identity as something we create. But in the ancient world, identity was something you inherited. It was given to you, was passed down, it was carried forward. And that's why genealogies mattered so much in Scripture. They weren't just records. They were theology, sort of in list form. The story of how God keeps promises through people. When Matthew, for example, starts his gospel with a genealogy, most modern readers yawn or think, couldn't we just start with the manger? But for Matthew's audience, this wasn't a delay. It was the drama. It was the story. Matthew's genealogy is the Christmas story because it announces that this baby, this carpenter's son, isn't an accident. He's the fulfillment of a covenant centuries in the making. From Abraham to David, from exile to restoration, that genealogy is a map of God's faithfulness, a story that says, even when generations forget God, God never forgets them. But here's what makes Matthew's list even more incredible. It breaks the rules. Ancient genealogies didn't really include women or foreigners or scandals. Matthew includes all three. Tamar, the woman who pretended to be a prostitute. Rahab, who actually was one. Ruth, the Moabite, foreign outsider. Bathsheba, the victim of David's power and lust. And so, if you were trying to make a Messiah look impressive, you probably wouldn't start with that family tree. But Matthew does, because he wants us to see that Jesus comes through the mess, not around it. God doesn't airbrush the family photos, y'all. He redeems them. And that's what the genealogy lens helps us see. That's that God's story. It isn't just written in the miracles and the mountaintop moments. It's written in the bloodlines, in the slow, faithful passing of one generation to the next, even when the people in those lines have no idea what God's doing. Every name in those lists once belonged to someone who woke up, worked, failed, loved, lost, and hoped. And somehow God wove their stories into his. And so the next time you hit a genealogy, hey, don't skip it. Slow down, study it, look at it like a photo album. Because each name is a snapshot of God's grace, a proof that the God who began a good work generations ago hasn't stopped yet, and he's not finished yet. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If this helped you think about the Bible in a fresh way, give it a like, a subscribe, and share it with someone who loves studying Scripture. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss our weekly uploads. I'd really love to hear what you're seeing differently through this lens. So if you would, drop a comment.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glosshouse can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glosshouse offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glosshouse.com today. Glosshouse, language resources for the global community.